everybody. Matt Yankovic, head of open source strategy here at Percona, back with a Road to Percona Live. Today, I'm joined by Vijay and Prasad from AWS to talk about their upcoming talk on multi-AZ in Aurora and RDS. Hello, Vijay and Prasad. How are you today?
Hi, Matt. Yeah, it's great and great to be here with you on this podcast.
Excellent. And Vijay?
Hi, Matt. I'm good. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Good. So this is an exciting talk. And, I was talking to some folks over at AWS and they said, this is the talk that we really want people to attend. This is going to give them the most value of all the talks at Percona Live from Amazon. And that's really exciting. So maybe tell us a little bit about, multi-AZ and why this is so important to companies using RDS or Aurora.
Do you want to go, Vijay, or should I take it?
No, go ahead.
So multi-AZ is basically a feature that provides customers with highly durable databases, highly available databases. And so it's essential for our customers who put their mission-critical transactions on RDS to have different options to ensure high availability of their applications. That's why it's important. And so far, we had a few options available, and we are just excited to add one more option to that portfolio. So what we had so far was a single AZ, where you have one instance on a single availability zone, and options for customers to maintain the availability or to take backup snapshots and then restore them. But it takes a while for RTO for when their databases go down. The other option that we had is a high availability option, which is a multi-AZ with a single standby, where you have two instances. The primary instance is in the availability zone. The standby instance is in a different availability zone, but the standby instance is more on a wait-only mode. It's not available for applications, but it is there to spring into action whenever the primary goes down and it takes over. Right, so those were the two essential options that we had, and now we are excited to add one more option to that portfolio, which is called multi-AZ with two standby instances. Here, as I said, as the meaning implies, we have two standby readable instances plus the primary instance, so we have three instances. The difference here is the standby instances are also usable by the customer, right? So they are not active-passive, they are active-active in that sense. So you can read and write to the primary, and you can also read from the two standby instances.
Oh, excellent. And I saw that this not only speeds up recovery time from an outage, but it also can improve the overall throughput. Is that correct? Because of the extra standbys and the ability to read from them?
The throughputs are a function of how this new availability option is architected. The standby instances does not necessarily themselves contribute to the throughput. They bring other benefits that we can cover in a bit, but essentially the architecture is fundamentally different from multi-AZ with a single standby. Okay. This new option comes with a local storage volume, local SSD, associated with that instance, right? So if you go back to our earlier option, multi-AZ with a single standby, the storage is on EBS volumes, and so it has to go through the network to write it. Here, we are writing the log files, bin log files or wall log files, depending on whether you're using Postgres or MySQL. You are writing it to the local volume. And as soon as it's written in the primary, the log files are sent to the local volumes of the standby instances. So the commit path essentially is complete within the local storage volumes. And the data is then later asynchronously flushed out to the EBS volumes for durability, right? So that's why the transactions are much faster. You are writing to the local disk, and you're writing only the log files to the local disk.
Ah, okay, excellent. And Vijay, you are a solution architect at AWS. So you're working with the customers to try and implement this. And I'm guessing this has been a feature that's been requested for a while, because every company and user of MySQL or Postgres that I know always wants faster, and better availability, right? That's a
Exactly.
universal constant. Give it to me now and keep it always available.
Mhm. Exactly, that's right, right? So the option that we had was like RDS multi-AZ configuration. With that, you have a standbys, but you can't use those standbys. They're just like the standby that we had was it's act as a failover target for your primary instance. So customers are asked us, hey, we need something better than this, right? So we came up with 2 standbys now. So you can leverage those 2 standbys for your read activity in your application, and then you can use them as your failover targets for your primary as well. So you have win-win situation here. So that's why we came up with this.
Excellent. So all those who are interested in this, if you want this presentation, Vijay and Prasad are going to be talking to us at Percona Live, May 16th, 17th, and 18th. They're going to be there giving this presentation along with several other fine folks from AWS going to be talking about all kinds of things Postgres, MySQL related. But we've got a ton of content for you at the show. We hope you come out, visit us, stop by, and say hi. Until then, thank you.